be back in New York, with another chance to fight Madison Square Garden. I want to get my thank yous out of the way. I always end up forgetting some people, but I'm gonna try to get this right. I want to thank HBO, Carrie Davis, Louis Farragon, Ross Greenberg, Avina Lathan, and the New York State Athletic Commission for bringing back a lot of great shows to New York, and especially myself. I haven't fought in New York in 3 years, so it really is a long time coming. And it's good to be back in New York, and not only back in New York, but back in New York in a high-level championship fight. I want to thank my own team, Develop Entertainment, my trainer, Sharif Yunan, my strength trainer, Michael Camp, Anthony Catanzaro, Josh Dewar, my co-managers, sponsors, Future Legend, and I don't know, hopefully if I did forget anybody else, I apologize. But yeah, again, I just words can't really express how excited I am about this fight, about the opportunity. Richard was saying that I've actually been working like 5 times with you guys in the past couple of years, so I actually got to thank Golden Boy too, man. I've been in a lot of big fights involving them as well. You know, a couple of guys up here were mentioning the Hamed Kelly fight. That was actually the first live fight I ever went to in my life. I had just turned 17. I had only started boxing like 6 months prior. I had no amateur fights or anything. And I remember going to that fight. That was my first pro show I ever went to. And I just barely got in. I barely had any money. I got like the cheapest ticket and just barely got myself into the building and just sat back and watched the whole undercard and watched the whole show and just took it all in. And I just remember being really amazed. I knew Kevin from the gym. I was there rooting for him, but Hamed really left a lasting impression on me. Not just that the fight was super exciting, and it was to this day one of the most exciting fights I've ever seen, and to be there live made it all the more exciting. But also just how he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. He really was a showman. And I think if I had any doubts about me wanting to be a fighter at that point, because like I said, I had no fights or anything, I think that made me make the decision, like, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to do what this guy does, man. And obviously Ahmed was one of a kind, but he was part of the inspiration that brought me here today. Not the only one, obviously, but definitely part of it. It's funny, another thing I was thinking about yesterday, I was sitting in my room thinking, and I'm like, you know, all these big British fighters come here, and they end up always making their debuts in New York guys. Hamed fought Kevin Kelly, Ricky Hatton fought Luis Collazo, and now Amir's fighting me. The common denominator is, yeah, they all won, but the common denominator is also, they were really tested in those fights. You know, Hamed luckily had the dynamite to get himself out of there because he had been dropped himself 3 times against Kelly. Ricky Hatton, to me, they gift wrapped the early Christmas gift for him, but I don't even think he won that fight. And, you know, I think Amir's got his hands full as well on May 15th. You know, he's got definitely fighting the best fighter he's ever fought in his career. Not that should make a difference because he should prepare his own self, and I'm sure he will. But, you know, between, you know, I'm not a former featherweight. I'm not 45 years old. I'm not one-dimensional where, like Kotelnik was, basically that's the only real championship level fighter I think he's fought. But pretty much the guy couldn't make an adjustment for the first 2 seconds of the fight. So I think that, again, with the great team I got around me, because I've had some performances that were pretty pathetic in my career, you know, and I'll be the first one to admit that. But, you know, I got a trainer who really work on a lot of things, multi-dimensional, and really enhances my strengths and my abilities to really enhance my style as an athlete, because not only am I a fighter, but I'm an athlete as well. I got a lot of speed, great reflexes, so on and so forth, and I don't have to be up here to brag about it, but I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of me. I just want to say, you know, Freddie gets up here, talking about certain things. You know, this is between Paulie Malignaggi and Amir Khan. This isn't about Freddie Roach. This isn't about anyone else. This isn't about Manny Pacquiao. This isn't about steroids. This is May 15th, Paulie Malignaggi and Amir Khan are going to get in the ring. The bell's going to ring, and we're going to settle it in there. Right? It's nothing to do with anything else. I've made my comments, and I stand by my comments. All right. I never said Amir was a cheater. It never came out of my mouth. Okay. Somebody asked me a question. Did it cross your mind? Have you thought about it? Do you think he's cheating, being that he's got the same team around him? I said I'd be lying if it didn't cross my mind, but why would I think that he's cheating? You know, really, he hasn't given me any right to think that. You know, I never said it to begin with. Somebody tried to put the words in my mouth, and sometimes they kind of did put the words in my mouth. I got a lot of respect for Amir. He's going to get beat May 15th, no doubt about it. But I got a lot of respect for Amir. All right, I got a lot of respect for that. But I feel a certain way about the other guy, and I said certain things, and that's about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to find out. He said May 15th. You're going to find out too, bro. You're all going to find out. Don't worry about it. I was like, this ain't, I don't take nothing personal. This is business to me. This is how I make my paycheck. This is how I make my living, all right? I don't want to be involved with boxing when I'm done with it, to that extent, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a trainer. I don't want to be in this business. I actually can't stand some of it, to tell you the truth. But, some people maybe, they get a little too excited about it. This is my paycheck, all right? But I also got my pride here, too. I get in the ring, we throw down. You know what I mean? This isn't, I don't go in there laying down for nobody. And I think everybody understands that. Everybody is capable of knowing that. This fight is gonna be fought in front of a crowd. When Amir gets punched in his mouth, they're gonna love it. Okay, his whole career, they haven't loved it since Amir's been punched in his mouth. They're quiet, or when he punches somebody else in the mouth, they love it because it's pro-con. Well, Madison Square Garden is Paulie Malignaggi. This is New York City. It's my city. So when Amir's head snapping back, he's getting his blistering combinations, and I'm sure he's coming to throw his own blistering combinations. There's no doubt about it. But when his head is snapping back with blistering combinations, the crowd is gonna love it. They're gonna want to see more. All right, and that's the first time in his career he's gonna deal with that. You know what I mean? They're gonna boo his name when they say his name. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of sparks involved with this promotion, with this fight. All right, but let's keep it to where it is. This is Paulie Malignaggi versus Amir Khan. On May 15th, I got all the answers.